Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming. I am the majestic Snare and this is my disembodied voice. Welcome to this dulcet toned analysis of Destiny 2. Have I missed the boat? Probably. Well, you know what the video's about anyway, I've got it in the title probably. Today's video is going to be all about Destiny 2 post-Activision and the recent, not revelation, it's not really that recent, but they're going free to play. I wanted to have this video put together to talk about the exciting kind of prospects that brings and have a little think about what it actually means. So as it stands, the news that I've understood, read about, watched videos about so far is that Destiny 2 is going free to play, and the most important part of that is that the new major expansion, which I believe is a purchasable expansion to the game, Shadowkeep, which comes in and lands on the September the 17th, I think. This will be you going back to the moon, I think, and having a look at something mysterious, as all these kind of expansions generally are. Go to this place that you've probably been to before, and then look at something that might be a strange thing and do some stuff. You know, I don't know how big it is. The plot stuff is quite thin. I don't really know what this involved in that. But the important thing is that this expansion will not require you to purchase all the other expansions and the game just to experience it. So people will be buying this expansion. I don't know what sort of price. I think it might be like a 35 quid, you know, 35 pounds sterling, something like that, I'd imagine. The expansions are generally that sort of price, which is roughly game price. But you will be getting, if you haven't got it already, all of the year one content and all of the Destiny 2 stuff, base game and everything else. They're introducing crossplay only with Xbox and PC, I think, because PS4 probably not going to be possible, Sony like that. And also you'll be able to actually buy the game on Steam in some time. I think it's also going on to Google Stadia in November, so I think September 17th they'll be launching Destiny 2 purchasable on Steam, and you'll have the chance to play the game, which is great, brilliant. I think it's a really nice touch to sort of run away from Activision, give a big fucking flip the bird back at Activision, you bunch of twats, and basically say, well, our game is now free to play. I think it's fantastic for new gamers. I think it's fantastic for anyone that wanted to get into Destiny 2 but was put off by a lot of the business shenanigans. And when we did a review of Destiny 2 when it came out, both Lee and I were impressed how it was better than the original. It still wasn't groundbreaking, but it was a good improvement. And then we started, after we did the review, we thought, hold on a second, all these fucking microtransactions, all this fucking extra stuff, the throttling your progress depending on how long you play, the shaders and stuff like that were a big furore at the time, all that stuff was kind of like, hold on a second, we completely just ignored that. Like we didn't notice it. And it wasn't until you ground into the game quite a bit that you realised how much of a machine it was for Activision Blizzard. And make sure that we do name both companies here, Activision Blizzard, they're both bad as each other, but in terms of the Bungie situation, they're now able to bring their game to the masses for free for all that year one content, which is fantastic. I think it's the first time I've seen, maybe in the last up to a year, of news coming out of a video game developer that isn't a scandal, isn't shit, it's actually good news. I mean, apart from game releases that you want to see and play. But think of all the shit we had with Anthem, you know, all the kind of bullshit I was talking about a few weeks ago with Rockstar. There's so much stuff that's popped out. It's like, oh, here we go, here's another one. The Randy Pitchford stuff, all that kind of crap that's been flowing around in recent weeks and months. And to hear this from the legends that were Bungie, I hope they come back to form. I really do. I'd love to see them knock it out the park. And I'm not a massive Destiny fan. I love the lore, the universe it lives in. I loved all that before it came out. I was a big Destiny hyped up kind of dude. I enjoyed playing the first one with friends. The second one, not so much. It was a bit meh. But the fact that I can, if I hadn't got involved with it, I could have picked up for free and had a go. And, you know, it would have been nice. It would have been a nice touch. And I think for those people that are thinking about jumping in and playing Destiny 2, it's something that, you know, could be a thing for them to get involved in now. And I think the player base has actually gone up. So there's that to think of as well. I think they've had a record number of people playing the game in a month, which is kind of a strange thing. Maybe they'll be leveling their Guardians up so they can actually get ready for the new expansion, which is fair enough. I mean, the last expansion I played was Warmind, and I think the one after that I didn't get involved in because it was the first paid one. So I'd actually, you know, I can get something for free myself. But that next one, I can't remember the name of it because I didn't get involved with it. But that is something that people start to go, it's turning around the right way, it's becoming good again, which is always the way in these Destiny kind of cycles. People seem to prefer it afterwards. But enough rambling about my experiences with Destiny 2. But I think this poses a few questions about if other companies decide to go away from the comfort of a big corporation like Activision Blizzard, will we see things happening such as the companies themselves all going sort of free to play? Is that where games are going to go, just like the mobile market, where pretty much you can't find a game on the mobile markets that is paid for because you are you're effectively going to be buying microtransactions. How is Bungie going to keep this afloat by looking after servers and things just by selling Shadowkeep? I doubt it. I don't know any details about what's happening with all the microtransactions in it, but hopefully there'll be a little bit more cosmetic facing, or not game breaking, or stuff that is a value for money in terms of what you're paying for. I don't like microtransactions. Jim Sterling recently did a video on video game addiction. I thought it was really good, so go check it out. It's a real video about stuff like that. So it's just keep in mind what they're going to be doing, how they're going to keep themselves up and running. Will they be focusing a bit more on pushing that microtransactions, or will they be actually the paragons of the video game industry again, just by supporting consumers by offering their wares for free and substituting that with that goodwill by enticing people to play and pay for Shadowkeep. I mean, the line they give about what's happening in Shadowkeep is exactly what you'd expect, as I mentioned earlier. So Guardians to return to the moon, to journey deep into a mysterious enemy citadel and become a slayer of nightmares, and it will feature the return of an old ally. That sounds interesting, but then again, it's a tagline. It's hardly going to say, go to the moon and get bored again, do some stuff, because that's how you play the game, and some characters will be in it. That doesn't really work, does it? So I do hope that they knock it out of the park. But I would love to know what you guys think, because these kind of videos are always in my head as a discussion. I've got a position that I'm quite positive about it, even though I'm not a fan of the actual game or the franchise per se. But I would love to hear what you think. Is this going in the right direction? Do you worry that it's going to bring in a load of people that aren't true fans of the franchise, or are you welcome to have more people involved, or are you going to be annoyed that someone's going to jump in and ruin your online gaming session? I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But as always, we have videos out every Wednesday and Saturday, so check back then for some awesome content. I've been Snare. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate when you guys listen to my videos and listen to my voice, because I really put my face on camera when I'm doing my own stuff. But like the video, and even dislike it if you don't like what I've just said. That's fine. It's all engagement, isn't it? Nice one. And let me know down in the comments below if you've got any particular thoughts about Destiny 2 going free to play post Activision, because I think it's an exciting development. I really do. So let me know what you think down below. And so until next time, take care of yourselves. Okay, love you. Bye bye.